Good morning, boys. We are going to start past paper 4. Today we will solve May June 2018 variant 4.3. So I gave you that past paper link yesterday, and here is your past paper. I think that you have got this. So today we will solve it. I'm going to share this today. Look, I think all of you are seeing, right? Look at the screen, the white screen. I'm showing the past paper. So let's start this past paper. Now, the first question number 1. Two functions of the alimentary canal are mechanical digestion and chemical digestion. Outline where and how mechanical digestion occurs in the alimentary canal. Okay, they are asking you about mechanical digestion, not the chemical digestion. And your answer will be where and how. So first, let me explain what is mechanical digestion, what is chemical digestion. Mechanical digestion means the digestion, the process of digestion, which just break down the food particles into small particles. They are not changing the food molecules into a insoluble to soluble form. They just break down large pieces from large pieces to small pieces. And chemical digestion, with the help of enzyme, insoluble food molecules turn into soluble form so that your body cell can use. But enzymes are not working in mechanical digestion. And mechanical digestion happens in your body, in your mouth, and also emulsification is an example of mechanical digestion, because emulsification also, the bile function is not involving the enzyme. So what you are going to write, when food molecules are broken down into smaller pieces without using enzyme and chemical change, this is called mechanical digestion. It occurs in mouth and stomach. In mouth, the teeth bite, grind the food into smaller pieces. Tongue mix with them, and the chewing and the movement of the jaw help the food to bind and to form a bolus. Churning of the stomach muscle also help the food to mix with the enzyme and the mucus. Now the food will be in the duodenum. Here you will get bile which is made in the liver, break down large drop of fat into smaller droplets or a small one. This is called emulsification. And it is also a mechanical digestion. So I have given here 3 mechanical digestion. One is in mouth, one is in the stomach, and one is in the duodenum. So you need to explain how and where mechanical digestion occurs in alimentary canal. Now, next question, if we are going, I hope you understood A. This is very actually simple question compared to grade 10. This question, part of the alimentary canal is mouth.
Medicine.
Now, enzyme, substrate, product. In the mouth, which enzyme will break down starch and what will be the product? Boys, I need the answer from you. Hello.
Hello.
Tell me, in the mouth, to break down starch, which enzyme will work and what is the product after breaking down starch?
Amylase.
And what is
product
the
is
product?
maltose.
And which substrate will break down peptidase?
Pepsin. Sorry, no.
Protein.
Oh, yes.
Protein. And what is the enzyme in the stomach?
Pepsin.
Yes, pepsin or something like that.
Okay, good. And fat?
Lipase.
What is the name of the lipase? And where does it? Part of the alimentary canal?
What?
Part of the alimentary canal where you will get lipase.
Small intestine.
Yeah, it takes time to get the marker scheme, right? Now, state this that substances that are absorbed from the alimentary canal may enter cells and become part of the cell stays the storage carbohydrate made from the glucose. That we are in page number 3 now. Now the question C1, state the storage carbohydrate made from glucose in liver cells.
Glycogen.
Glycogen. Good. State the type of protein used in the immune system that is produced from amino acids by lymphocytes. One protein which is improving your immune system and working
Protein.
in the blood. The one which is fighting with the germs.
Antibody.
Antibody. But it takes long time for you. Yes, Mizan, your answer is correct.
Miss, I was thinking, Miss.
You take time to think. Fat is produced from fatty acids and glycerol by cells in the fatty tissue beneath the skin. You know this thing, right? One function of this layer, the fat layer under your skin.
Insulation.
Insulation. To insulate. Yes, Mizan, your answer is correct. So we have completed the question 1, and this is total 10 marks. Now, oh my God, look at this picture. Have you got any similarity?
Yes.
Yes, with you.
No, Miss, with my friends.
Your friends are also like you. Anyway, this figure shows an Arctic wolf, Canis lupus. These wolves are one of the few mammals adapted to the extreme cold of the tundra in the Canadian Arctic and Alaska. So this type of organisms actually adapted to live in the very extreme cold conditions. Now, they're asking 2 features visible, because again I'm telling visible. Look at the picture
Hair.
and tell me.
Presence
Visible.
of hair.
Fur.
Yes,
Fur.
presence
Hair
of
or fur, no problem.
Fur.
Yes.
and then the ear.
Pinna, external
yes,
ear or pinna. Yes. And if you look at carefully, you will be seeing their whiskers also. They have whiskers also. That's also a sign of mammals. Now, that if you are going down, next question. Arctic wolves show many adaptive features to a cold environment. Of course, you know that this kind of area where organisms are like that, what they're doing, you know, this type of the organism, they have a very thick fat layer and very thick fur also on their body, which is protecting them from this extreme cold condition. Now, this is not the question. The question is explain what is meant by the term adaptive feature. And you know this thing, right? The inherited functional features of an organism that helps to survive that helps to survive and increase the chances of reproducing and fitness is called adaptive feature. That is the normal adaptive feature, that the definitions, that this is the inherited functions feature of an organism that helps to survive and increase the chances of reproducing and fitness. This is called adaptive feature. Now, we will be moving on the next page, page number 5. Look at this. Now, read this question. Grade 10B, someone gave voice messages. This is Hamid. Okay. The food available to animals in the Arctic tundra is limited. That's very true. That tundra area, that this kind of organism, those who are carnivorous, it's tough for them to, and herbivores can't stay over there because lack of their food. And you know that 4 degrees centigrade, the water, the ice are floating on top, the bottom there is just water. Due to this reason, the animals can survive in the water, and this type of organisms are getting food from that water. Now, the food available to animal in the Arctic tundra is limited. These is the short growing season. for the plants and the environmental condition do not favor high rate of photosynthesis and growth compared with the temperature in tropical ecosystem. I told you, because most of the area covered with the ice, so plants couldn't grow over there. Now, state 3 conditions that limits the plant growth rates.
Carbon dioxide supply, temperature, and light.
Water supply is also very important. Sunlight, water, yes, good. Carbon dioxide also correct. Temperature, light intensity, both are correct. And water supply, you should add over here. Water supply, because water is not available as it has frozen. You can write that carbon dioxide or mineral ions. And also that sufficient space, less predation, especially when the plants are small. But main important thing, they need a suitable temperature, light intensity, they need a water supply, they need carbon dioxide. Now, next question. Arctic oats are top carnivores in the food web in the tundra. Explain why the number of Arctic oats is so small in this ecosystem. Top carnivores are always small in number.
Small, because 10% of the energy passes from each trophic level. So
10% energy lost, not passes.
sorry.
90% energy lost, 10%
No, means 90%
passes.
energy loss. Yes, 10% energy gain.
10% energy that is transferred.
Yes.
So here, 6 marks. I'm going to tell you the points. You just count one by one. You need
Wolves
to write.
are also killed by people.
Yes. Here, you need to understand the Arctic conditions are not very good, and completely that frozen environment is not giving a very good source of food for the organisms also. So this environment is not support the high reproductive rate. Now, one by one for the 6 months, I'm going to give you 6-7 points. See, the first point you are going to write, 90% energy lost between the tropic level and only 10% energy transferred to the next tropic level. Energy lost due to respiration, movement, growth, metabolic function, and all the parts of the foods are not eaten, right? So less energy available from lower tropic level for Arctic oats. Lower reproductive rate. Someone, mic is disturbing. Now, see so 90% energy lost between the tropic level and only 10% energy transferred to the next tropic level. Energy lost due to respiration, movement, growth, metabolic function, and all the parts are not eaten. So less energy available from lower tropic level for Arctic oats. Low population of producers and primary consumer. Because that if their number is low, so they are not going to get the food, and their reproductive rate is low. Their mortality rate, it means the death rate, is higher. This is the third point. Fourth point, oats are not very successful at catching the prey because prey are wide, maybe the preys are larger animals or that widely dispersed. So fourth point. Fifth point, hunting or killing by the local people for fur. Sixth point, climate change and global warming disrupt the food chain. Habitat destruction by human, diseases and inbreeding, which reduces genetic diversity, increases genetic disorder. So see, 8-9 points like that you need to give. Actually, whatever you have learned in ecology, everything you have to give here according to that. First, the 90%, this from the notes you will give. Then you have to give that that the reproductive rate is less, that death rate is higher. That's why the number is less. And produce primary consumer and the producer, because you know the plants couldn't grow well. So if the plant couldn't grow well, then the producers, primary consumers also will not grow well. So if they are not grow well, then it will not support the top carnivores also to grow more that properly. And you know that maybe oats are not very successful to catch the prey. Maybe the prey are very big or not, numbers are not available, which can support them in large population. And then last, after that, the ecological imbalance effect you will give: hunting, killing, that climate change, habitat destruction, diseases, these all. So total 6 marks you have to write, minimum 6 to 7 points. Now let's start question number 6. Question number 3, page 6. Now here, look at this question. They have given you a picture. This picture, this is a scanning electron micrograph of a vertical section through part of the leaf of that broad bean plant, Vicia faba. Now, by looking this A, B, C, there are 3 parts, and the air spaces are also there. So could you please tell what is the name of A?
Upper epidermis.
Good. Upper epidermis. What is B?
Palisade mesophyll layer.
Okay. Now, the second question. Thank you, boys. Your answer is correct. The cells in region B and C. Look, region B and C, B and C. And here they have large surface area, both B and C. Now, explain why this is necessary for the functioning of the leaf cells.
Because in this place, gas exchange takes place. So
Large surface area,
yeah, large surface area accounts for a faster rate of diffusion and gas exchange.
gas exchange. Okay, the cell surface area of this site. This is actually gas surface, the gas exchange surface area. So large surface area increase the gas exchange process. 1 point. Large surface area increases the gas exchange process. Now, second point. What will be the second point? Carbon dioxide, which is the raw materials for the photosynthesis, right? This also diffuses faster because of this large surface area. And the second point. What will be the third point? And they will also that absorb light, more light energy, and this all will increase the rate of photosynthesis. 3 points for 3 marks. Next question. Explain why there are many interconnecting air spaces within the leaves. And due to this reason, sometimes paper 6, they're asking you draw the diagram that of this cross section of the leaf. Do not draw any individual cells. Actually, the cells are maximum interconnecting here. Now, so interconnecting air spaces within the leaf means it allows movement of carbon dioxide, oxygen throughout the whole leaf and increases the diffusion rate. It also, that allows photosynthesis, respiration, transpiration process. And the air spaces also connect to outside through the stomata. Right? It's also connected with the outside through the stomata. So through the stomata, air enters, and this is moving through the interconnecting air spaces and reaches to the that photosynthetic cell, like a spongy cell and that palisade cell, and they perform photosynthesis. So this type of structure helps to perform photosynthesis, respiration, and also transpiration. So this is the answer of this question, question number A3. Now we will be moving on next page, page number 7. When water is short supply, plants can wilt. And they have showed one picture, the plant, the wilting picture. State to condition that are likely to increase the chance of wilting. What
High
is the reason?
high temperature and wind, like high blowing of wind.
Wind.
Or low humidity.
Low humidity, yes. Lack of water. Lack of water, yes, it is correct. High temperature, correct. Low humidity, correct. That wind speed, your answer is, Mahir, is also correct, but you need to tell high wind speed. Okay.
Yes,
high light intensity also correct. And that sometimes that after flood, the salty water stuck, right? Salty water stuck, and then the land salt, that due to the salty water, that the fertility has decreased because high salinity also create this same problem. Due to high salinity also, plant become wilt. Next question, see, explain what happened to the cells of the leaf to causes wilting. These notes I have given. For 4 marks, what to write? What happened to the cells of a leaf to cause wilting? This, I don't know that you can remember your notes or not. Today, see that from 10C, no one. None of them are from 10C. 10 students are from 10B. Okay, what will be the answer of this? Explain what happens to the cells of a leaf to cause wilting. See, water moves from high water potential to low water potential through a semi-permeable membrane by the process of osmosis. You know this thing, right? When water is in short supply, water that moves out of the vacuole down the concentration gradient because its supply is less in the outside. So water will come out from inside to outside. So when water is in short supply, water moves out of the vacuole down the water potential gradient, and the pressure of water on cells on cell wall decreases. So plant cells is going to lose their turgidity and they will be flaccid. And finally, the cells will be plasmolized. Water in cells are not being replaced as quickly as it being lost. So the plant cell need more water for their structural support to prevent wilting. As they are not getting the water, their vacuole shrink. They're losing water, the cell become plasmolized. Okay, first it become flaccid and slowly it become plasmolized. As their waters are not replacing so quickly, the way they're losing, so the plant become wilt. So this is the things happen when the cells of a leaf are that in the short of that water supply. This is the reason that leaf to causes wilting. So this question also is completed. Now we will be moving on next page. Page number 8, boys. Wilting may look harmful, but it is often a strategy for survival. Yeah, sometimes you know that if the conditions are very tough, sometimes plants are taking disadvantages of wilting. So what is this? How wilting become an
It reduces the water loss.
Yes, that's true. And also the condition, in this condition, plant closes its stomata.
So it can conserve water for survival.
For other processes, because that plant need water, right? So when the too much water they are going to lose, they will close the stomata. So they can conserve water, they can use it for other purpose. It's strange. It also decreases the surface area for absorbing light. Even though they have problem, but they are taking this advantage for the survival. Now, so this question is also over. Now we will be we are going to start question number 4. Please, I want you all should participate in Sunday test, and the test will be like short test, but the question one page you will get like that first page for 5 marks question. If it is, then you will get 5 minutes to write the question. If it's big question, maybe I'll give you 6 to 7 minutes. According to the number, you will see the question and immediately I'll remove the page and next page will come. So this is the way, and within 3 minutes you have to submit to me personally in my personal WhatsApp. Okay, I hope you understood. And the 10th chapter name I have given. Please follow the instruction. Memorize the notes. Boys, what is hormone? The endocrine system in mammals produce hormone. What is hormone?
Yes, hormone is a chemical substance that moves by the blood plasma to a target organ and alters its activity.
Yes, Sad, tell.
Target organ or alters it.
Okay, Mahi, thank you. Now, Sad, you are trying. Yes, Sad, tell.
Miss Mahir already said.
So you forgot. The things you were telling, that also correct. Anyway, so you understood what
Nope.
is hormone. Now, question number B, if you are going down, you'll be saying the responses of the human body to danger are coordinated by the nervous and endocrine system. This figure, look at this figure and what they're asking. This figure shows the sequence of events that occurs in response to a dangerous situation that is detected by the eyes. Look, suppose you have seen some very dangerous situation. So the informations are, look at this, nerve impulses and hormonal impulses. Nerves also giving the messages at the same time. Look at this top of the kidney. There are two types of arrow, boys. One is solid line, one is dotted line. So solid line shows the nerve impulses and the dotted arrow shows the hormonal secretion. Now, look, top of the kidney, there are two glands. What is the name of that gland? Top of the kidney? Forgot. Adrenal gland. Which secrete adrenaline. So whenever you are seeing any dangerous thing, of course you will scare, right? And this time you will get a hormone that is adrenaline. So this is the picture. Now let's see what the question they're asking. State the tissue in the eye that converts light energy into nerve impulses. Retina, yes. State the part of the eye that has the highest concentration.
Fovea.
Yes, fovea. State the part of the eye that has the highest concentration of light-sensitive cells and gives the most detailed image. And you told fovea, your answer is correct. Next question.
One is optic nerve.
Yes. State the type of neuron that conducts impulses from the eye to the brain. This is optic nerve. Sensory neuron, yes. Optic nerve. This is not optic nerve.
Sorry.
Next
okay. One is optic nerve.
Sensory neuron, yes. State the nerve that contain these neurons that conduct impulses from the eye to the brain. This is optic nerve.
Yes.
Now that they're asking you identify, someone is giving message, spinal cord. No, dear, this is optic.
We need to see the diagram.
Okay, P is spinal cord. You are right. Mizan, your answer is correct. Okay, let's.
It's diagram.
P. What is P?
Okay. P is spinal cord and Q is
adrenal gland. Yes. Thank you, Mizan. So P is spinal cord and Q is adrenal gland. Okay. Now we will be going down. Look at this question. Complete the table 4.1 to describe the effects of the hormone released when a person is in a dangerous situation. What will be your heart? What your heart is going to do?
The heartbeat rate will increase.
Heart rate increase.
Yeah, think about
pulse rate will increase.
Yes, think about before the exam. Before the exam, I think that is the most dangerous thing for you all. So heart rate will increase, heartbeat rate will increase. Liver.
The glucose concentration will increase.
Yeah, because whenever you are in the stressful situation, you need more energy. To provide that energy, they start break down glycogen to glucose. They will release this so that glucose will be available for your muscle cells. If you need it, you can run away also. Or if you need you can start fighting, right? Dangerous situation. What will be in the lungs?
The breathing rate will increase.
Yeah. Have you noticed when both of you are fighting, then what happened? How do you breathe? A long time, right? You could fight also. I know you love to fight with each other. Eyes, what will be your eyes condition?
The pupils will get bigger.
Dilate, right? Yeah. Radial muscle will contract and dilate the pupils. Anyway, in Bangladesh also they started these online classes, but it takes time. Yesterday I saw that they have started these online classes and many teachers start, but the problem is the facility, the net facilities are not like here, right? Many people in Bangladesh do not have this Wi-Fi line.
And even if they have It may be
Yes.
slow or
It's sometimes slow, sometimes it's not working.
yes.
Even their public exam also, they didn't cancel that exam, they postponed it. Still now many students are telling we don't know what to do. And one students are telling that whole day I'm just sitting and I couldn't concentrate on my studies because there is no guarantee of the exam or no date. So it's really uncertain conditions. Anyway, go page number 12, boys. Explain the advantages of coordinating the response to a dangerous situation using both the nervous system and endocrine system. Yes, if both the systems are working together, it will help you to overcome this situation. See, total number is 4, boys, so you have to explain properly. Nervous system respond quickly, but effect of endocrine systems are long-lasting. You cannot tell any disadvantages or differences between them. Okay, now, nervous system respond quickly, but effects of endocrine systems are long-lasting. Hormones can travel throughout the body and allow multiple target organs to respond to the same signal. Less energy required than to have nervous nerves going to every cells. The responses are maybe more effective than using one system alone because both voluntary and involuntary responses are working simultaneously. Understood?
Yes.
Someone is giving message. Who is this? It's not bad, it's good. That about the test, no problem. This is from 10B. Okay. Someone shared the name of the chapters. It's good. Thank you. Who is this? This is Mizan. Is it Mizan who shared this picture for the biology test?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you. It's good. Now that I told you that the nervous system, as it is, respond quickly, but endocrine systems effect lasts longer. And then I told you that hormones, it can travel throughout the body and allow multiple target organs to respond with the same signal in the hormone. And it will require less energy. Then the nerves is going to travel to every cells. Nerve cells needs more energy. The response will be more effective by using then one system, because when both the involuntary and voluntary systems are working together, that you can overcome from the situation more efficiently. Now, plants also make hormones. State the name of one plant hormone. Could you please tell me the name of the plant hormone?
Auxin.
Yes, auxin. Now, 2,4-D, that synthetic plant hormone, there is an answer in tropic responses chapter.
Yes.
The same thing you need to write here. Same thing. Look at this, what they're asking. Some plant hormones are manufactured and applied to crops to alter the aspects of plant growth. Describe how synthetic plant hormone 2,4-D is used in agriculture. You have this note, just you need to write 2,4-D is weed killer. It is sprayed on crops or applied to the leaves, especially that broad leaves, that weed. It does not affect much in narrow leaves crop plant. It causes uncontrolled growth, which deplete the nutrients, and this causes the death of the weeds that weed plants. So main thing, actually, whenever you are supplying this, it causes the broad that leaves of the weed to grow faster. When they grow faster, they will take the nutrients and which will deplete or diminish the nutrient source for them, and they will die. So this is the method they're using by using artificial plant hormone, which is known as 2,4-D plant hormone. So boys, this is the question number 4 we have completed. Now we are going to start question number 5, and this question is respiration question.
Left, so
yes, less than 1 minute. I'm going to give you the new link. So state the balanced chemical equation for aerobic respiration.
C6H12O6 plus 6O2 equals CO2 plus 6H2 plus 6.
Boys, because few seconds left. I'm going to give you the link again. Good morning, boys. Do you know today is Pahela Boishak?
Good morning.
Yes, we just
No,
got
no,
Pahela
this is
message
COVID
on
version.
WhatsApp.
Yeah, so Shubho Navabosho for you all. And this is the maybe this is the first time the situations are like that in Bangladesh also. There is no festival, no celebration of this, that Bangla New Year due to this crisis period, this pandemic crisis period. Anyway, but we can at least express our greetings to everyone. So boys, let's start the pages we were doing. I'm going to share this again. Question number 5. So that state the balanced chemical equation of aerobic respiration. You know this thing. That's next question. I'm going to start. Next question, question number B, 5B. Students investigated the rate of respiration of cricket. This cricket is not your cricket match that you're playing on the ground, right? Oof, that
Yes, it is the insect. It is the insect.
Mahir wants to play football match with his friends after the pandemic crisis, and literally he told that he is dying to play football with you all.
No, miss, I wanted to play, not football.
Not football. Then what you want to play? Cricket.
No, I don't know.
D.
Now he forgot what he want to do. Anyways, wait, someone is giving us message. Maybe Mizan.
Susan said the answer.
Oh, Mizan Rahman is giving the answer. It's good. Your answer is correct. Now, this is an insect. Respiration of cricket, a type of insect. Using a carbon dioxide sensor and a laptop, the way they are showing, look at the picture, there is a laptop and there is a carbon dioxide sensor. And this sensor that fitted inside a airtight glass jar. Now you can see the picture. The apparatus was set up in a room where the temperatures, the constant temperature, the room was 17 degrees centigrade. The students found that the concentration of carbon dioxide inside the jar increased by 50 ppm parts per million in 120 seconds. Calculate the rate of carbon dioxide produced as ppm per second. This is, see, there by looking the question, you may think, oh my God, what is this? But see, the questions are very easy. They are asking you to find the rate. So 50 divided by 120. Your answer, they told you to give the two significant figure. When you will divide, you will get 0.4166. So two significant figure means 0.42. Yes, Mizan, your answer is correct. Now we'll be moving on. Next page, page number 40. After 10 minutes, the student opened the jar by removing the sensor. Then they left the jar open for 5 minutes, but made sure that the crickets remained in the jar. Then they replaced the sensor and took more reading for another 10 minutes. Now the question is, state and explain one reason for opening the jar after 10 minutes. See, if you're not opening the jar, that the cricket will die, right? To allow the oxygen to enter the chamber and to remove carbon dioxide. So it will prevent the death of the cricket, and because getting oxygen will allow them to respire aerobically. So anyone you can write, because to prevent the death of the cricket, because they need oxygen to perform their respiration, aerobic respiration. So if you open the jar, the oxygen will enter, and it will also remove the accumulated carbon dioxide from that area. Now, this is the answer of the C. And then question number D. During the investigation, the temperature inside the jar increased. The temperature outside the jar remained constant. Explain why the temperature inside the jar has increased.
Because of the carbon dioxide accumulation.
This is because of the aerobic respiration of cricket.
Yes, so the carbon dioxide is...
Heat or energy. Mahir, use microphone when you are talking.
Sorry, I forget, miss. Because aerobic respiration is exothermic, so it produce. Sorry, I mean.
Which produce heat.
Heat, yes. So heat.
And inside the jar, this is a closed, small, the space, right? And respiration of that cricket increases carbon dioxide, which increases pressure. And also think about as it is that glass, right? It will trap more heat, right? Like greenhouse, which is increased temperature.
Yes.
Heat is released by the cricket. That's true. Inside the jar also there is a small space, and when the cricket will perform respiration, they will release carbon dioxide, and this will increase the pressure, and also it will trap more heat, like greenhouse, because it's a glass house. These all will increase the temperature. So this is the answer why the temperature inside the jar has increased. Now will be moving on page number 15. This is a big question. There are 3 data and I need to explain it, and you need to carefully, you need to check the graph, what the graph they have given, that figure 5.2. Researchers in Chile also investigated the rate of respiration in cricket. They investigated the effect of temperature and body mass on the rate of respiration. They measured the rate of oxygen consumption in cricket with different body masses at different temperature. So the result of that researchers has given. So body mass is different, the rate of oxygen consumption, and with the temperature, what is the relationship? Now, state 2 conclusion that can made from the data in figure 5.2 and support each conclusion with the evidence from the graph. Boys, it's easy, not so hard. See, the first conclusion I'm telling, look at the graph. Rate of oxygen consumption increases with body mass of cricket for each temperature, right?
Yeah.
Hello. Rate of oxygen consumption increases with body mass of cricket for all the temperature, right?
Yes.
Yes.
27 degree also with body mass, the rate of oxygen consumption increases. 17 degree also increases, and 7 degree less, but it is increasing, right? So the first conclusion, we are going to tell rate of oxygen consumption increases with body mass of cricket for each temperature. Now we'll give the evidence from the graph. At 27 degree, 20 mg body mass cricket, the rate of oxygen consumption was 10.5. 50 mg body mass cricket oxygen consumption was 23.5. Then you can give that 17 degree, 17 degree like that. Rate of oxygen consumption also increases with temperature. So the first conclusion, rate of oxygen consumption increases with body mass. And second conclusion, rate of oxygen consumption increases with temperature. After that, you need to give different temperature, like 60 body mass, the cricket rate of oxygen consumption was 5. At 7 degree it was 12. At 70 degree it was 27. So with the evidence from the graph, you have to explain this 2 way, that when the body mass is increasing, the rate of oxygen consumption also increasing, and when the temperature is increasing, it is also increasing. So with this evidence, you have to explain, and you have to give the data to support your conclusion. Next question. Look at this flower. This is Barbados flower, half flower. They didn't give you the full drawing. So this flower, if you are looking this picture, complete the table 6.1 by stating the letter from 6.1, and that indicates the organ where each function occurs and the name of the organ where mucus occurs. Mucus to produce pollen grains. Name of the organ and the letter. Tell me where mucus occurs in this question.
C.
C.
Yes, anther.
Yes, C is anther, and mucus, of course, occurs over there to produce the sperm cell. And then pollination. Where pollination occurs?
Stigma, and it's
D. Yes. Development of seeds?
Ovary.
Ovary.
Ovary is
Stigma.
E, not D.
Yes, stigma, that he was answering pollination. Your answer is correct, but I'm asking developing of the seed.
Stigma.
Yes, but developing of seeds,
Ovary.
that is E.
Ovary,
Yes.
ovary.
And the protection of flower in the bud,
Ovary.
sepal, and that is
B.
no.
A.
Sepals.
O.
B is petal, sepal. Look, you have to check the diagram carefully. So this question is for 4 marks. Now go to this question. This is the scanning electron micrograph of some pollen grain from wing pollinated flowers and insect pollinated flower. By looking this diagram, you can understand which one is insect pollinated flower, which one is wing pollinated flower, right? Those who have a spike or hoop. Look at the difference between H and J, you will understand. Write the formula that would be used to calculate the actual diagram. Tell.
M equals to D by A.
I'm asking actual.
So wait means then D divided by M. D by M.
Yes, that image size, D means image size divided by magnification. Yes. Now, the question is the actual diameter of pollen grain H is 0.082 millimeter. Now, they're asking you to convert this value into micrometers. So, 1 millimeter equal to what? Tell me the relationship between millimeter and micrometer.
What?
What is the, if you want to convert millimeter to micrometer, what is the formula?
Into 1000.
Yes, so 1 millimeter equal to 1000 micrometer. So 0.082 millimeter, you have to multiply with 1000. So your answer will be 82.
82 micrometers.
Yes, 82. Now, next question. Explain how pollen grain level J is adapted for insect pollination. Let's see the diagram J. How it is adapted. What is the structure?
It has spikes that stick to the body of the insect.
Animal's body or
Yes,
insect body.
and the other one is smooth, so it can easily.
So they're not asking you that comparison. They're asking you explain how pollen grain for 2 marks. You need to write 2 points. So 1 point Saad gave, that is that it has a spike so that it can stick to the insect or animal's body. What could be the other one?
Is it because it's big and heavy, so
yes,
it's
so it
produced
cannot float
yes,
in the wind for wing pollination. Next page, if we are going page number 18, yes. Pollen grains grow tubes which contain haploid male gamete nuclei. One of this male gamete nucleus fuses with the female gamete. State the part of the flower where it contains the female gamete.
Ovary.
Specific
Ovule.
part.
Ovule, yes.
Ovary. That this if I'm asking you where is your heart, if you are telling me it is in my body, your answer is like that. To give specific that name, ovule. So, what is haploid nucleus?
The haploid nucleus and nucleus that contains.
chromosomes.
Yes, that one.
That contain again, please.
That contain one set of unpaired chromosomes.
Good. Do you have this haploid nucleus in your bodies?
Yes. No.
No, they're
yes.
My God. Yes.
They're
no.
joint.
Wait, we have it sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay, I don't want to explain this. No problem. I understood. So, how many chromosomes do you have?
Say 46.
So, you have 46 chromosomes. So, what will be happen if you have one extra chromosome?
Down syndrome.
Alhamdulillah. At least you can remember. Explain why it is important for gametes to be haploid.
So that when they fuse together, it becomes a diploid chromosome.
Yes,
When
so that the
fertilization.
chromosome number does not double during the
Yes.
fertilization. Chromosome number remain constant from generation to generation. Otherwise, see that if the sperm and egg cells are not haploid, what could happen? Then 46 will combine, and then again that number of chromosomes will combine. Imagine presence of one extra chromosome gives the Down syndrome characteristics. What could happen if this kind of problem occurs? So that's why the situations are like that. It never happens. The gametes are always haploid. They have haploid number of chromosomes, which we denoted N. Diploid, we used to tell 2N. So that's why trisomic child or the Down syndrome, we are used to telling twin plus 1. It means they have one extra chromosome. We have completed this very good. Now, boys, do you have any question?
No.
Oh, no question. It means you know everything. So, shall I ask you some question? Because you don't have any problem, right?
Okay.
Okay, slow. Okay, also the sound is coming very slow. Tell me, any natural selection example?
Yeah, hummingbirds becoming long-beaked.
Resistant bacteria.
Excellent. Antibiotic resistant bacteria. I told you that I read one article that the patient, COVID patient who has survived, nowadays that New York, doctors are taking their blood serum. And now they are telling they are getting a very good result by giving this antibody to affected those who are very in ICU patient. They are giving this blood serum. So actually, what is this, boys? If you are thinking about that in your immune chapter, so the patient who has survived from this infection, from this viral infection, they have got the antibody in their blood, right? As a memory cell, it will stay in their blood, so they will survive from the secondary infection also, right? So as the antibodies are in their blood, so now what happened? Doctors are collecting their blood. They're telling, please donate your blood. So they are taking only the blood serum where antibodies are there. Now, this antibody they are giving to the people, those who can't make this antibody by themselves. Maybe they have lack of immunity or their bodies are not able. Even, some of the patient, it's really nowadays that the way COVID-19 is working, still scientists couldn't understand to summarize anything about this characteristics of this virus. Because sometimes it happens, for some people it's very dangerous, for some people it is nothing. Many people are carrying this virus without having any symptom. And nowadays scientists are telling that many people are having some genetic protection. So due to that genetic variation also sometimes it is not coming. Even that one woman was that take care of her husband without any protection. Husband gives positive result, but wife do not have this. See, she was touching her also. So now, still now, there is many things that we don't know. So this antibody is working. So those who can't produce this antibody, they're giving this antibody, and now that patient is surviving with this antibody, which has made by others. So this is a very old method. Nowadays they're trying all old method because no new method, that's why. Anyway, thank you, boss. We have completed our class. Do you have any question? Because next class will be the test. So I told you the test, suppose that I'll share the first page of the question paper. According to the question, you will give 5 minutes or whatever the question mark. And after that, I'll remove that question. I'll start the second question. So in this way, you need to answer. It will not be a very big test, small test, okay? Around 30 minutes like that. So, okay, boys, so next class, we will be solving one paper 6 along with, we'll give the test, okay? Thank you and bye. Any question?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Assalamualaikum,
Assalamualaikum,
Walaikum
miss.
salam.
Bye, miss.
Bye.
Allah Hafiz, miss.